The Art in the Arboretum Color Sculpture exhibit had its opening reception on the 4th of November. This was a second in what will be a series of exhibits, each one featuring a different theme. The color exhibit is from the 15th of October to the 10th of January and was curated by local artist and sculptor Susanna Arias.
So the reason why I decided to do the Art in the Arboretum color is because the garden right now is a bit dormant. And when I saw it, all the plants are about the same height in this area of the gardens. And so I thought, oh, how beautiful if I could have some sculptures popping up and some showing through. So as you meander through the garden trying to see one sculpture or the other, you actually see all the beautiful tiny little flowers that this garden has to offer. And it's just a wonderful path to follow.
The Arboretum is a globally known garden, and the program is expanding its horizons, bridging the gap between art and environment.
So she has the vision behind this project. She is working on a volunteer basis and really spearheading herself out of the love that she has for the Arboretum and the local Santa Cruz artists. So she's here to blend both, sort of to be a gateway to help both groups out.
It was to try to get people that are learning about sculpture to come to the gardens and learn more about the flowers and the Arboretum and what it's all about. And I have gotten some people to come and go, oh my goodness, this is wonderful, and they joined and become members, and so that's a really good thing. And then there are the people that are not as comfortable with art, and so with them I've taken them on tours of the gardens and of the sculptures, and as they get to know more about the art and the artists, all of a sudden they're talking about it and we're discussing which one they like best or they like least. And it's all about the conversation, be it plants or art. Having those conversations is just wonderful.
The exhibition features sculptures from 15 artists, and we talked to some of them to better understand the importance of art in our community.
Artists, in my opinion, are people that are sort of operating slightly outside the system, be it politics or be it the popular culture, who are observing it, and if they're doing a good job, they're sort of making a commentary about the culture that they live with that is unbiased and unedited, and I think very important, and has been throughout the history of the human experience.
We're getting so good at 3D virtual things, but none of it will ever compare to stereoscopic vision. When you take a person who stares at a screen all day and you put them out in the garden looking at true depth and 3D, it's marvelous. It wakes you up if you'll just take time to stop and pause. So I think there are two things. A lot of art, and art's such a broad term. I mean, it's like love. You love your dog, you love your husband. It's not the same. Art is not all the same. So there is politically motivated art that can send a message. There's art that just says beauty. My stuff is more about fun and beauty.
I don't believe that all art should be political. I think sometimes people just want to rest in something playful, colorful, and humorous. And so, art holds different meanings at different times depending on what that is. I don't think you can just say this is the point, because I think there's a lot of ways to go with that.
When I first moved to Santa Cruz, you wouldn't find any art anywhere that was in a public space. I mean, it just didn't exist. And it's been kind of, it's been a labor of love by a lot of people to get, art through the county and the city through different organizations. But I think overall, I think it really enhances the city from a visual perspective, but I also think it culturally enhances those people who come to town and those people who live here to kind of understand more about what art is all about, understand what an artist's life is all about. So people would leave town to go to San Francisco or LA to see art. Then we started getting things like Hearts for the Arts, and we started getting different cultural organizations that, having art events. And it's just been ballooning, and I think it's just a real, very positive thing for Santa Cruz.